Hello, I want to welcome everyone to Courageous Conversations. Just say no. This is where I get up on my soapbox and share something that is a social issue that affects me and every human being. I think we all need to put our card on the table and walk in someone else's shoes so we get to hear their side, feel their pain, and know what they suffer. I want people to talk to their circle about social issues. How can you make change happen? With a loving spirit, Dr. Denise Baker-Inegbenebo, Ph.D. It breaks my heart to talk about this. It truly does. We see the bright lights of Hollywood. We see the glamour and the beautiful gowns on the red carpet. We see the smiles and the awards. But there is a story behind the curtain that isn't so beautiful. It is a story of struggle, of being told you are less than. For so many Black actors and actresses, this is our reality. We step onto a set with the same training, the same passion, and sometimes even more experience than our white counterparts. Yet, when the paychecks are written, a different story is told. It is a story that says our talent, our hard work, and our very presence are worth less. This is a heavy burden to carry when all you want to do is live your dream. This isn't just about money. It's about value. It's about what the industry says you are worth. Imagine pouring your entire soul into your craft. You study the lines until they are a part of you. You transform yourself for a role, giving pieces of your heart and spirit to the character. You do the work, day in and day out. You show up early and you stay late. Then, you discover that the person working next to you, doing the exact same job, is being paid significantly more. How does that feel? It feels like a punch to the gut. It tells you that no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you sacrifice, you are still seen as secondary. It is a constant, painful reminder that the system was not built for you. The emotional toll is immense. It creates a deep-seated feeling of frustration and confusion. You start to question everything. Am I not good enough? Did I not work hard enough? What more do I have to do to be seen as equal? But the truth is, this has nothing to do with our talent or our work ethic. We are brilliant. We are dedicated. We are powerful. This is about a system that has, for centuries, undervalued Black lives and Black contributions. It is a lonely fight, one that you often feel you are fighting by yourself. You look around and see the injustice, and you wonder if anyone else sees it too, or if they even care. It is a quiet pain that sits with you long after the cameras stop rolling. This struggle is something I know intimately. It is something every Black artist I know has faced in one way or another. We have to be twice as good to get half as much. That is a saying we grew up with, a truth passed down through generations. And it is still true today, even in the bright, shining world of Hollywood. We are told to be grateful for the opportunity to just be happy we are in the room. But gratitude doesn't pay the bills. Gratitude doesn't build a legacy for our children. And gratitude doesn't erase the sting of being told through a paycheck that your dream is worth less than someone else's. We deserve more than just a seat at the table. We deserve an equal share of the feast. Let's be clear about what this is. This is not just a simple mistake or a coincidence. This is systemic racism. It is a legacy of white supremacy, an ugly history that has its roots so deep in the foundation of this country and its industries that it continues to poison the soil. Hollywood was built on a foundation of exclusion. For decades, Black stories were not told, and Black faces were not seen unless they were playing stereotypes. The power, the money, and the decision-making have always been concentrated in the hands of a few, and those few have rarely looked like us. This history created a system where the value of an actor is often determined before they even walk into an audition room, based on biases they don't even know exist. This unjust system directly affects our careers. It's not just about a single paycheck for a single movie. It is about the entire trajectory of a career. When you are paid less, you are perceived as having less value in the industry. This means you are offered fewer leading roles. You are not seen as bankable, a term Hollywood loves to use. This word is often used to justify paying white actors more, with the claim that they bring in a bigger audience. But how can we prove our bankability if we are not given the same opportunities to lead major films? It becomes a cycle that is almost impossible to break. We are kept out of the roles that would allow us to command higher pay, and then we are paid less because we haven't had those roles. Think about the roles that are celebrated, the ones that lead to major awards and massive paydays. They are overwhelmingly written for and given to white actors. Black actors are often relegated to being the best friend, the sidekick, or the supporting character who helps the white protagonist on their journey. We have to fight tooth and nail for complex, leading roles that show our full range and humanity. And when we do get those roles, and the movie is a huge success, the goalposts move. The success is attributed to something else: the director, the franchise, the concept, anything but the power of the black actor who carried the film. It is a frustrating and exhausting battle against a system designed to keep us in our place. This is a system that protects itself. The lack of transparency in Hollywood contracts and salary negotiations makes it incredibly difficult to challenge the pay gap. Everything is hidden behind closed doors. Agents and studios hold all the cards, and they rely on this secrecy to maintain the status quo. If no one knows what anyone else is making, it is much harder to demand equal pay. We are told not to discuss our salaries, that it is unprofessional. But who does that rule really serve? It serves the people in power. It allows them to continue undervaluing black talent without being held accountable. It is a system built on silence and inequality, and it thrives when we are kept in the dark. Over the years, many brave voices have spoken out. Taraji P. Henson, Gabrielle Union, Octavia Spencer. So many of my sisters have shared their stories. They have exposed the painful truth of being paid pennies compared to their white co-stars. Octavia even told the story of how Jessica Chastain fought for her to get 5 times her asking salary. These moments are powerful. They show that there are allies who are willing to use their privilege to fight for what is right. We have seen some progress. More conversations are happening. Studios release diversity reports, and some actors have clauses in their contracts that demand fair pay for their co-stars. These are important steps, and we should acknowledge them. But let's not fool ourselves. The problem is far from solved. For every step forward, it feels like we are pushed 2 steps back. Awareness is high, yet the pay gap remains. I find myself feeling so confused and frustrated. We have had the articles, the interviews, and the heart-wrenching testimonials. The world knows this is happening. So why does it continue? Why, in 2025, do we still have to have this conversation? It feels like the industry is willing to talk about the problem, but not willing to do the hard work to actually fix it. It is easier to issue a statement or post a black square on social media than it is to fundamentally change a system that benefits those at the top. The fight for equal pay is a fight for respect. It is a fight to be seen as fully human, with talent that is just as valuable as anyone else's. When we speak up, we risk being labeled as difficult or ungrateful. This is a risk that our white colleagues rarely have to consider. They can demand their worth and be called a good business person. We demand our worth and risk our careers. This double standard is exhausting. We are tired of having to be the ones who carry the burden of pointing out the injustice. We are tired of having to be the educators, the activists, and the fighters, all while trying to do our job as artists. We just want to be paid fairly for the work we do. So what is the solution? I have thought about this a lot. What if we created a truly fair system? Here is a radical idea. What if everyone in a film was paid the same as the highest paid actor? Imagine that. The lead actor, the supporting actor, everyone who shares the screen, all compensated based on the highest value assigned to the project. This would force the studios to truly value every single person they hire. It would eliminate the secret deals and the biased negotiations. It would send a clear message that every contribution is essential to the final product. It would be a revolution of fairness, a way to truly level the playing field once and for all. It might sound crazy, but maybe a little craziness is what we need to fix a system that's broken. This issue is bigger than Hollywood. It is bigger than actors and movies. It is about the world we are creating for our children. I think about my daughter, Genesis. I think about her dreams. I think about what I want for her future. I want her to believe that she can be anything she wants to be and that her hard work will be rewarded fairly. I don't want her to enter a world where the color of her skin determines her value. When a black child sees their favorite actor being treated as less than, what does that teach them about their own worth? It teaches them that the world is not fair and that their dreams might have a price tag they can never meet. We have to do better. We cannot allow another generation of young Black dreamers to see their heroes be undervalued. We cannot let them believe that their own potential is limited before they even get started. This fight is for them. It is for the little girl who watches a movie and sees herself on that screen for the first time. It is for the little boy who practices his lines in the mirror, dreaming of one day accepting an award. Their dreams are precious. Their futures are worth fighting for. And it is our responsibility, all of us, to build a world where those dreams can flourish without the shadow of inequality hanging over them. We must show them that their value is limitless. I am not just an actress. I am a mother, a wife, a woman, and I am tired of seeing injustice go unchallenged. I am tired of the quiet acceptance of a system that is so clearly wrong. It is easy to feel helpless, to think that this problem is too big for any one person to solve. But change does not start in the boardrooms of studios. It starts in our homes. It starts in our conversations. It starts when we decide that we will no longer be silent about what is right. We have the power to demand better, not just from Hollywood, but from the world. We must use our voices to lift up those who have been silenced for too long. So I am asking you to do something. Talk about this. Talk to your friends, your family, your children. Ask them what they think. Share the stories of these actors. Discuss why this pay gap exists and what it says about our society. Do not let this conversation fade away. The more we talk about it, the more we shine a light on the darkness of inequality, the harder it will be for the system to ignore us. Change begins with a single conversation, and it grows into a movement. Let's start that conversation today, and let's work together to build a future where every single person is valued, respected, and paid what they are truly worth. Well, sharing is caring.